Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iron. From burnt to unburnt, he does that.
Our history sets us on our path. From the moment we're born, we begin our walk through life. We learn so we can discover. We find our passion and develop our skills. We build relationships. We start thinking about what we're going to leave behind to those we love. Let our legacy help shape yours. First International Bank and Trust. No matter your place in life, we can help you live first.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Our football coverage for the 25 year here on PSP Network. I'm Jonas Nelson. Owen Patterson with me as we are at Larry Sandy Field here in Velva to bring you Class A football action tonight, kicking off the season. This will be our second broadcast of the school year. Owen was out at Dwayne Carlson Stadium last night for boys soccer. Minot High, Minot North. Minot High winning that one 2-0. That was our first broadcast of the season. And we're at it tonight here in Velva. Last year, of course, I joined the crew at basketball season and went through the basketball season after my radio gig at K-Hart ended in the summer of 24. And glad to be back with PSP doing a whole school year. So football and volleyball will be doing this fall. Basketball in the winter, and then some of the spring sports come springtime. And my focus is going to be on the smaller schools. So schools like Class A football and 9-man football here in the fall. And now we're 3-class in volleyball. It'll be Division A and B volleyball here in the fall that I'll be focusing on the schedule. Glad to have you along. And Owen, You've just been a busy guy all summer. You do the, of course, Hot Tots and the Honeybees and the Northwoods League, so you hardly had any time off from broadcasting this summer.
Hey, wouldn't have it any other way. Back just in time for the first Friday night of football here in North Dakota. It's a holiday in this city, plenty other places across the state, and the excitement has to wait no more to get things kicked off today.
Speaking of kicking off, we're doing so in a big way this opening weekend for Class A and 9-man football. As tonight on the schedule, we're launching our expanded coverage here on PSP Network. We've had Minot for a long time, and that's been, of course, on the big schools. Now we're doing more with the small schools. Bismarck, of course, has done their thing for a long time. They do a great job. Now we're expanding into the Dickinson market. Brock Widener has come on as our Dickinson guy, and so he's going to be doing coverage there. And first game down there is Dickinson Trinity tonight against Bowman County that he and Nick Hallberg are doing.
Yeah, we've got the #1 team in the media poll here in Velva. Trinity, a team that's going to throw in their bid all season long to be the top team in single A. A lot of good football to be played all fall in Dickinson, North Dakota.
And then you see tomorrow scheduled 9-man. That is a jamboree, a 9-man jamboree in Mandan at the Starion Complex there. Starting with 9:30 pregame tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock is the kickoff, and games all day long, over 12 hours of football. 9-man style tomorrow coming your way here on PSP.
Yeah, there's a lot to pick from in each game, what you would want to see. I mean, Grant County is kind of a slept-on team in 9-man this year. Linton HMB, a top 5 team in the state. But how about that very last game? New Salem Almont, a new head coach for the first time in 32 years. The Holsteins in a new era starting at 8 p.m. on Saturday night.
So that's all coming your way this weekend here on PSP Network, and just getting started here with a full season coming your way. Get ready for this one here tonight. The Aggies, as you might remember last year, won it all again as they had an exciting start to the year facing Kindred. In Kindred, they lost that game, but that was their only loss on the year. They ran the table, met Kindred in that championship game, and boy, what a game. It was one of those classic high school North Dakota football games as the Aggies just used their grit and determination and just, again, they every year they just don't rebuild, they reload. And boy, they did a great job last year in winning that title for head coach Matt Weidler, who has had a pretty good start after taking over for Larry Sandy, who was here for all those seasons. 22-2 was his record in those first 2 years.
Yeah, it can hardly be better than that. You talk about their 2 matchups with Kindred. Games that are played in November count quite a bit more than games you play in August, and you found out there. But I think this 2025 Velvet team is really going to take these August games and analyze them and see how far it can take them into the season, because as everybody's talking about, this is an Aggies team with a lot of new faces on the starting lineup.
Yeah, Ben Shep no longer here as their quarterback. Cooper Kittleson will take over that after sitting behind Ben for all those years, and he'll get his shot here in his senior year to help lead the Aggies, and we'll dive a little bit more into that coming up. Meanwhile, Valley City, in a year of realignment here, the Hi-Liners wind up moving from AA down a class to single A this year, as they come in for a brand new head coach and Chad Smith taking over the helm for the Hi-Liners.
Yeah, I think in Valley City's perspective, this year is kind of a total refresh. I know all of last year, while they were still playing in the 2A level, they knew they'd be dropping down to single A, but didn't kind of take last year off either. They contended all the way for a WDA title till the final week of the season, made the playoffs, and then you kind of start from scratch in a whole new region, a whole new feel of football, it seems, in Valley City. And, well, what better way to put yourself up to the test in a new class than defending state champs in #1 preseason.
Yeah, they wound up 4-6 last year and lost in the quarterfinals of the AA playoffs to the Wahpeton Huskies last year. And as they move down here to single A, it'll be interesting to see how they fare. And great test to start the season here against the defending champions. We're going to take a timeout here on our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. When we return, take a look at the very first poll of the season. Who's the top? We'll let you know when we return.
Here we go. Kemple, the scoop. No, he went up and got it.
fabulous edition of the Master Spas line, including the phenomenal Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools, swim spas, and saunas. Come see for yourself the outstanding lineup of Master Spas, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas, exclusively at Magic City Home Leisure.
Or in the same way. But no matter when or how, Verendry Electric Cooperative is there to help power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop. Verendry Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
Welders, carpenters, assembly technicians, and coating technicians. If you're right for Sun, Sun is right for you. Since 1939, we've been making quality equipment and parts for the oil field and beyond. We're world-class, family-owned, and all-American. And as our business grows, we need to grow our team in Newburgh, North Dakota. Sun Manufacturing offers great pay, great benefits, and a great community to raise a family. Apply today.
Welcome back to the Star City of Velva, North Dakota, and Larry Sandy Field as we get you ready for Division A football tonight here on the PSP Network as the Velva Drake Animus Garrison Aggies defend their state title as they kick off the 2025 season. The Velva-D-A-G Instant Oil Change pregame show brought to you by Velva-D-A-G Instant Oil Change. Next time you need an oil change, stop in. It only takes about 15 minutes. You get to stay in your car, drive right through, and the technicians take care of everything. They have Monette locations, also in Bismarck. You can find them. Velva-D-A-G Instant Oil Change online at VIOC.com. Well, prior to the first games of the year, the polls are out as the North Dakota Associated Press Sportscasters and Sports Writers Association have taken those polls, and the defending champion Aggies, number one, not surprisingly, I guess, in the first poll that the defending champions would be atop 12 first-place votes, but Langdon area Edmore Munich is in its second with 3 first place. You got Dickinson Trinity at third, Ellendale Edgeley Colm there. You'll see at fourth with a first-place vote as well. And then another Region 3 team, Bishop Ryan Our Redeemers, coming in at top 5 with several teams, as is per normal early on, receiving votes in the poll, including the Valley City Hi-Liners.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue with the Aggies being number one after winning a championship and Kindred leaving the class for 2A football. So there's that at the number one spot. But, I mean, you've got a really competitive group there of Langdon Trinity and EEK, who I think maybe returned the most out of any team in the state this year, the most talent-wise, despite having those records that seem to have a lot of losses on them. Just know that Velva is one of 2 teams statewide in single-A football to come back after a 10-win season last year. So very competitive across the class. And then, yeah, receiving votes, you start the year with 9 right there receiving votes. It's easy to say. I think this preseason poll might be shaken up quite a bit by once week 3 comes around. We might see 4 new teams in there by the time we get there.
Yeah, absolutely. Those first polls really is kind of a crapshoot because, I mean, you kind of know in your mind what the teams are like and what you kind of expect of them. But once you start seeing results, well, then things sometimes change. So.
And there's a lot of great matchups for it as well this week. I mean, Trinity's got a test in Bowman County. Oaks is going to play a game this week against Langdon area at home. That's definitely one to watch. And then, of course, Harvey Wells County, a playoff team that came here to Velva, going up against Ellendale Edgeley Cullum. So a lot of great matchups. And, of course, one right here where the top team in the state is going to get tested tonight.
That's right. Aggies, again, defending champions last year. They won their 12th championship since 1997. So since they kind of reshuffled different classes in 1997, the Aggies moved to Class A 11-man football. And since then, 43% of the years they have won a state title.
I'm surprised to see that the state championship, it's not even a banner anymore that hangs out there. It's that cut metal sign that wasn't updated just yet. You guys got to get it together here in Velva and add another one to that list.
Yeah, so 12 titles, and of course, Larry Sandy in his tenure here won 10 of those titles, as he won 79% of his games here as head coach of the Aggies. And then Matt Weidler, who was his head assistant for so many years, grooming him. When Larry left, Matt took over, and this is his third year. And again, 22-2 in his first 2 years. That's a good start.
Yeah, you wonder why they got that new sign on the scoreboard. Larry Sandy Field, a legend in these parts, but maybe one day it's going to have to be Larry Sandy Field at Matt Weidler Stadium, because he's on a really good pace right now to lead or keep pushing the Velva-D-A-G's into that winning territory. And, I mean, the co-op that's been built between Drake-Animus and Garrison, you're seeing it really to start this year, where they're getting almost an equal amount of players from Velva and Garrison. Drake-Animus coming along as well, but it's an equal buy-in now from all the communities, and Aggie football is now stretching very far across central North Dakota.
Meanwhile, the Hi-Liners, again, as we mentioned, under Chad Smith in his first year at the helm there. State titles for them, just 3 in the books. First one was 1907. 1924 was the second, and the last time they won a state football title was 1936.
Yeah, so, I mean, that one goes back to when we were just playing one-class football out in the blizzard for a Dakota Bowl way back when. But Valley City, they've always just kind of been that team that seems always in the wrong class. I mean, they've been in the big schools division. Now you get your chance in single A. Not to say it's going to be any easier when you reclassify like the Hi-Liners are doing, but they bring in AA size on the offensive line. They bring in AA speed at wide receiver, and there's kind of an expectation this year for Valley City, even in year one under a new coach, a new quarterback as well, to have success and make a playoff run going down a class to 1A.
Let's take a look at some of the keys to the game in this one here tonight. And for Valley City, as you mentioned, that size on the line.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to miss them out here on the field, the guys that are going to be moving some people. I know Velva Drake-Animus Garrison is going to rely heavily on their offensive and defensive lines, but you've got an NDSU commit at left tackle. Valley City has to win the trenches tonight against Velva Drake-Animus, both offensively and defensively with their 2A players. That's going to be big for the Hi-Liners and protecting their new quarterback in Jackson Thornton.
And for the Aggies, yeah, they graduated off a ton of players, including Ben Shep and a lot of the skill players on offense and their top defensive players. But as I mentioned earlier, they're one of those programs that just kind of reload every year, and these new kids will have to step up.
Yeah, they still got skill going into 2025. 5 starters coming back on offense. That's just their offensive line. Every skill position is being replaced in the starting lineup, and even kind of down the 2 deep as well. Obviously, the name to keep in mind is their quarterback, Cooper Kittleson. What's he going to do? But I'm excited about this running back group they have. Some strong runners back there. Vincent, Seidler, Laggy. They are punishing running backs. And, of course, the great tradition of Velva wide receivers, Reese Steffen, is going to be stepping into a big role for them.
Yep, exactly. Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Again, you can stay in your car, drive through, and get your oil change there in about 15 minutes by their service technicians. They don't waste your time. So stop in today. They're in Minot and in Bismarck. Pregame timeout, and when we return, yet starting lineups coming your way. Our national anthem and a lot more just ahead as we get you ready for kickoff.
Memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go. The team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman Estvold, trusted for decades and decades to come.
Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
Of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck, because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
Last time you were certain that your bank had your back or would go the extra mile to give you the service and attention you need. Partnering with the right community bank can make all the difference. We like to think of a community bank as one that supports its local community. You need to know that whatever your financial future holds, your bank will be there to provide practical support. As a community bank, BNC National Bank will be there for whatever you need in the long haul. Reach out to our team today to learn more about how we're able to help you succeed. Member FDIC.
Getting you ready for football game number 1 here on PSP Network tonight. The Velva-D-A-G Aggies playing host to the Valley City Hi-Liners. Thanks for tuning in tonight to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. As I mentioned, my focus throughout the school year here will be on some of the smaller schools, and along with that comes some new sponsors that we want to say a big thank you to. That includes Dakota Square Arco. Remind you that they're going to be hosting that 8th annual Fuel the Fight fundraiser coming up on Saturday, September 6th. That is a fundraiser that provides fuel vouchers to Trinity Health cancer care patients who have to come to Minot for treatment. That is in its 8th year, and the goal this year is to reach over $100,000 that they would like to raise. Creative Property Management, Verendry Electric Cooperative, we thank Berthold Farmers Elevator, Pringle and Herrickstead Law Firm, and Michael Braun State Farm Insurance Agency are some of the new businesses, or newer businesses, that are going to be helping to bring you some of the smaller schools coverage of football, volleyball, basketball, and spring sports here on PSP Network. So a huge thank you to each of them. About time for our national anthem as we honor America here. Prior to tonight's kickoff, we'll have a look at our starting lineups after our national anthem is being performed here. National anthem, and now let's take a look at our starting lineups, which are brought to you by the UPS store in Minot. They are your packing and shipping headquarters. Stop in there in the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. Aggies will receive the opening kick and start on offense. As we mentioned, those up front there, Jaden Foss, the senior center, with Madden Barstead and Gage Roberts, the guards. The tackles include Luke Selzler, who was all-conference last year, along with Foss and Roberts. And then Matt Bryant, right tackle there, who has recently committed to play at Jamestown collegiately. So
yeah, a lot of great stories on the offensive line for Velva. Of course, Brian on his way to some Division II football, and Selzler happy to be back. He did not play at all last year, dealing with an injury. I know is going to be an emotional game for him and his family today, but great to see 52 back on the field.
Tight end Mason Kraft, the senior. You got wide receivers starting tonight. Will include Brady Hoff, a junior. Grady Crawford is a senior, and the senior in Reese Steffen. Running back Logan Vincent, a junior who got some time last year and averaged about 8.5 yards a carry last year when he got into varsity. And then Cooper Kittleson taking over for Ben Shep, the 175-pound senior who finally gets his time here in his senior year. Matt Weidler, head coach, third season. He's also offensive coordinator. Brock Nagel, Bobby Bartz, Casey Kwame, and Chris Holt, some of the assistant coaches, with Nagel being the defensive coordinator for them. Meanwhile, defense starting for the Valley City Hi-Liners today under Chad Smith, again in his first season, assisted by Rob Hunt, Aaron Heck, Brendan Heck, Justin Cruz, and Masila Suia. Up front for them, they'll have on the nose Owen Hunt, who is a sophomore. Trey McPartland is the tackle. He's an NDSU commit at 6'5", 265, and a senior. You got Hunt there at nose, who comes in at 286 pounds. Then the defensive ends, Boston Larson at 194 and a senior. And Jack Dieterle is a 256-pound senior. Three linebackers include Caleb McLaughlin, also Ryer Muskie and Corbin Powell. Defensive backs, Derek Shape and Ty Cordy. And then the safeties in Andrew Sikora and also Leighton Hendrickson, a junior and a sophomore there on the back end of the defense for the Hi-Liners. Thanks again to Valvoline Instant Oil Change, sponsoring our pregame show. Stop in and get your oil changed in Minot or Bismarck. Online, you can learn more at VIOC.com. Aggies with their blue uniforms, gold pants, the whites for the Valley City Hi-Liners. Windy day here in north central North Dakota. Kickoff time, we have cloud 66, wind out of the northwest at 20, gusting to 31. Hi-Liners will be kicking with the wind and making the Aggies go into that wind in the opening possession here. That's Corbin Powell with the ball on the tee at the 40-yard line. And we're ready to kick off the season. The 2025 football season is underway. Spinning kick going to be bounced, taken inside the 15-yard line. Crawford racing far side. Nice return up across the 30-yard line for Crawford. And it'll be a good field position for the Aggies to start off possession number one.
Yeah, get going in the right direction are the Aggies, and you get to wait no more about this new group on offense, and it's really not going to change at all. They're going to be a very explosive team on the perimeter. They're also going to run the ball strong up the middle. It's just a mix of everything, hard to stop, and the Hi-Liners up front going to have to be up to the test.
So from the 29-yard line, it'll wind up being 1st and 10. Cooper Kittleson in shotgun there. Coming through the formation is Kraft to the near side. Kittleson passes. That'll be caught on the far side. And a first down and more as a nice catch and run by Reese Steffen on the far sideline, right in front of the Aggie bench.
First play, a first down, nothing better than that for the Velva-Aggies offense. Steffen is going to be the go-to target for Velva. He's got good size there, added a perimeter wide receiver for Velva. Expect 18 to get a lot of looks tonight and factor in everybody else as this one gets late.
21-yard play to midfield. Just underway. Glad to have you along here on this Friday night. Handoff. Run to the near side by Vincent. Lowers his shoulder and picks up almost 5 yards as he'll get near the 45, and then tackled there by a host of Hi-Liners, including Ryer Muskie, the middle linebacker.
No team in North Dakota has stronger running backs than the Velva-Aggies. Just on down the line, Logan Vincent looks like a mean running machine for the Velva Drake Animus Garrison Aggies here in 2025.
4 yards and a 2nd and 6 for the Aggies. Kittleson with 2 to the far side, 1 near side. He'll pass, and Vincent can't handle that one. A little behind him, tried to one-hand it, but it fell off his fingertips. And an incomplete pass will bring up a 3rd down. Thanks goes out to our friends at Minot State University for helping to bring you our coverage. Be seen, be heard, be you. Minot State University, the school of our very own Owen Patterson.
Moved in today.
Did you move it today?
I did.
Hey, good for you. Same place you had last year? Or are you in a different one?
Same one.
All right. Well, there you go. 3rd down and 6. Here's the shotgun snap. Vincent gets the handoff. Runs into a defender. Bounces off and powers his way forward. Good job by the Hi-Liners wrapping him up before he got to the sticks. And Caleb McLaughlin, number 23, the outside linebacker, will limit that along with his teammates down to the 42 and a gain of 4 on the play. And a 4th down and 2 upcoming for the Aggies.
Yeah, Aggies not going to second guess this one. I wouldn't be surprised if they just run it up the middle again, confident that they can get the 2-yard push, move the sticks.
Big play here early on in the first quarter. Kittleson. As Vincent comes in motion, they'll fake the handoff to him. He'll go right, spinning out of a tackle, a 1st down as he'll get across the sticks. Should have probably been tackled in the backfield there. Hi-Liners couldn't wrap him up, and he'll use his legs to pick up an Aggie 1st down to the 38-yard line and pick up 4 yards.
Yeah, Velva comes out in a spread look right there. Nobody in the backfield. They start to motion some players. It was Vincent, the last one on that jet motion. Kittleson, let's test out his legs a little bit, runs the read option there and to perfection, able to avoid a tackle in the backfield and keep this Aggie drive alive.
So a 1st down for Velva-D-A-G Garrison as they'll send 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Kittleson, a low snap, steps up in the pocket, lets it fly down the far sideline, and a diving attempt incomplete. Trying to hit Grady Crawford, but led him a little bit too much.
Honestly, that one was just about perfect for Crawford. I know he had to have a little bit of dive, but that one went right through his arms in what would have been quite a highlight reel of a first touchdown for Velva this season. You run and get Valley City's safeties to come up, and eventually you're going to throw one over the top in one-on-one coverage. I like that idea there for Velva.
So 2nd and 10 Aggies. Again, 3 receivers near side. Kittleson will run far side with Vincent as his lead blocker. Gets inside the 35-yard line before he's piled up by a host of white jerseys, including in that Boston Larson, the defensive end, number 70. He'll gain yardage to the 33-yard line, a pickup of 5, and a 3rd and 5 upcoming for the Aggies.
Oh, this is the down and distance where Valley City needs to get a push. They need to send the Aggies backwards if they try and run again on 3rd down and medium. That 3 down front, it looks like they've brought in a 4th now throughout this drive. They need to send a message of their own.
Again, Kittleson. That shotgun snap, and our first flag of the ball game comes out as a false start is going to be called against the Aggies. So that'll push them back to where they were prior to the other play, back 5 yards, back to the 38-yard line. And a 3rd and 10 now. Hi-Liners looking to stop them, the Aggies, here on this opening drive of the ball game. Got some help with that penalty. 4 receivers set again. Here's the pass off the fingertips of Reese Steffen. Incomplete beyond the sticks.
Like what Velva's doing, giving Kittleson some quick looks. Steffen there just on a stop route. All it is, 10 yards to the sticks, turn around, get the ball, and then work your way upfield, but just didn't secure the catch in the first place. And now Valley City an opportunity to get that defense off the field with one more stop.
So 4th and 10 upcoming here. Aggies will keep the offense out as they're in Hi-Liner territory here. And a botched snap picked up by Cooper Kittleson. Trying to spin out of trouble, but he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. No, he won't. He'll lose a couple yards, actually, at the 40-yard line. And there's the stop the Hi-Liners needed.
Absolutely was. And, of course, it gets aided by Velva-D-A-G Garrison quite a bit. The false start and then the snap that just – I don't know what happened there. Just got stuck on the leg maybe of the center, but just a broken play from the start. Nothing the Aggies do on 4th and 10.
So the Hi-Liners offense will hit the field here at their own 40-yard line as they will get the ball here with 8.5 remaining in the first quarter. And Jackson Thornton scrambles out of trouble to the near side, and he'll just throw it away. Heavy pressure there put on by Luke Selzler.
Oh, yeah, once that snap goes haywire, everything else does. A great job, though, by Thornton. We saw him tuck it once he picked it up, like he was going to try and scramble and make a play. Just makes the smart, calm quarterback decision of throwing it out of bounds and lived to see 2nd and 10.
Thornton again taking over the senior quarterback, similar to what Kittleson is doing for the Aggies. A handoff out of the backfield, and no room to run for Corbin Powell, the senior running back. He tried to sweep to the near side.
You talk about Thornton being in the same position as Kittleson. It's tough to be a backup for 3 straight years waiting for your opportunity. Well, here it is. You've got 9 games to prove yourself. If you're Jackson Thornton, he's going to get some help with a great running back room as well. 2 very similarly set up offenses here going at one another.
3 receivers to the high side, 1 to the near here for Thornton. He'll throw, hit as he throws, and could not connect with his intended receiver up the far side. That's Hunter Undum, the junior. Heavy pressure by the Aggie defense.
That was big Matt Bryant that got in the face of Jackson Thornton. Hands up in the air as well. He stands 6'5" anyway, but no way you're throwing over a fully extended Matt Bryant there. And honestly, maybe the best for the Hi-Liners. Seidler had great coverage down the field, could have been picked.
4th and 10, so into punt position will fall Corbin Powell, who does all the kicking duties as well. Boots it away. High sailing kick to the near side. Aggies will let it bounce as Vincent will watch it sail out of bounds, marked at the 20-yard line. So 1 offensive possession for each team. Aggies gave it up on downs. Hi-Liners go 3 and out.
Yeah, I know they didn't end in points, but you got to believe Velva's feeling a lot better after that first drive than Valley City is. The Hi-Liners team that does not gain a yard at all on that first possession. Going to figure things out here. Still very early, just 1 drive into the season, but the Aggies definitely with some more steam going after drive number 1.
Thanks to Planet Pizza for helping to bring you our coverage. No pizza like Planet Pizza. Order now at 701-852-1700. Here's a handoff to Vincent. Logan will go through a gap on the right side, powers his way forward near the 25-yard line before he is wrapped up by a host of white-clad defenders. Again, Boston Larson, one of those in on the tackle for the Hi-Liners. Up to the 24-yard line and a pickup of 4 on the play for Logan. Which brings up a 2nd down and 6 for the Aggies. Trips right, 1 left. Kittleson surveys the defense with those 4 down linemen. Turns, quick fires out to Vincent in the flat. And maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Good. No, they're going to say incomplete on the pass. Had he caught it, Corbin Powell was right there anyway. So Cooper Kittleson connected on a 21-yard pass on his first of the ball game, which moved him midfield on that first drive, but it's gone 0-4 since then. Just under 7 minutes to go here, first quarter. Thanks to Prestwich Orthodontics, specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages. MyNutBraces.com. You can learn more. We'll split those receivers to either side this time, and back to pass will go Kittleson, rolling near side, now tucking it, looking for room to run up the middle, and he will be upended shy of the 30-yard line, as getting him down low will be the Hi-Liners, and Muskie got him down low.
I thought that would be a sufficient enough gain for Velva to keep that offense out there. It's just a 4th down and 1, it looks like, from the 29-yard line, but instead going to punt this one away and trust the defense to get yet another quick stop.
Pickup of 5. They needed 6. Back to punt, Logan Vincent. Boots it just outside his 20. Good high kick. Takes an Aggie bounce, picked up by Powell inside the 40. He'll race to the far side. Cross the 50-yard line and finally shoved out of bounds. He'll be in Aggie territory at the 45-yard line.
We asked the questions about what this Hi-Liners team, maybe who's going to be one of the leaders when it comes to making plays for Valley City. And Corbin Powell is a name that's been thrown around a lot in the preseason. He's a running back. He's going to be a pass-catching back as well. And obviously, they're return guy. So Corbin Powell, as quickly as he gets started, I think the Hi-Liners will as a team.
Yeah, Coach Smith, when I asked about special teams, he's like, that's easy. It's Corbin Powell. He kicks, he punts, he returns. Get the handoff and straight ahead into a pile of Aggies. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, did Powell, as he was wrapped up by a host of Aggies there, including Emmett Legge.
And when he's the lone setback in the Hi-Liner backfield, they're having him run in between the tackles. Surprised we haven't seen Powell. I know they've only run a handful of offensive plays, but get to the edge.
Gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Again, they'll try A-gap left side, and Powell gets a short yardage gain to about the 38-yard line. Or, excuse me, the 43-yard line.
You got such big offensive linemen. They're also athletic. If you want to pull one of those out into open space, that's not going to be a pleasant sight for one of these linebackers or corners for Velva. That might be a game plan for Valley City on down the line here in 3rd and medium.
So 3rd down and 7 upcoming. Short 7, long 6. Take your pick. Trips to the short side on the far side of the field. Jackson Thornton waiting for that snap with Powell beside him. High snap, and just as it comes to him, we're going to have a delay of game that'll be called by Tim Bordeaux, who is our white hat tonight.
A penalty in plus territory hurt Velva's first drive, and a penalty in plus territory looks like it might kill a Hi-Liners drive unless they can convert a 3rd down and 11.
Thanks also goes out to Northern Plains Heating and Air, helping to bring you our broadcast tonight. Over 25 years, they're your heating and air experts. northern-plains.com. So here's the snap. Thornton looking to pass, pocket collapses, tries to escape, and can't. He is going to be sacked. Down goes Thornton as heavy pressure came from all sides, and I think Legge was the one who got him.
54, Gage Roberts with that solo sack. But yeah, it was everybody in the backfield in a blue jersey to help out with it.
So loss back to the 47-yard line and a loss of 5 on the play. It'll bring up 4th down. Powell will punt again. Low snap, takes it off the turf, kicks it. Vincent will snag it inside the 20, lowers his head straight ahead in a short gain as he is wrapped up immediately and brought to the ground. Andrew Sikora, the junior, number 14, with the tackle down low.
Real nice punt for Vincent to return. It was kind of like a pass, had a spiral to it, had no hang time at all, but unable to set anything up. Just didn't have that one block to spring it.
So the Aggies with their 3rd possession of this first half. 3:49 remaining yet in quarter number 1. No score yet on our BNC Bank scoreboard. Handoff, Vincent trying to get the edge and not able to do so as Derek Shape, the senior, came up and made the tackle, number 7 for the Hi-Liners.
If you're going to think you're going to run to the perimeter and the boundary against Valley City, don't try and run at Derek Shape. He has some of the best speed on the Valley City team. He plays wide receiver for the Hi-Liners on offense and is a quick cornerback on the near side.
Gain of 2 on the run. 2nd down and 8 coming up for the Aggies. Time running down, and they're going to call a timeout here. So we will take a break as well. 3:06 remaining here in the first quarter. No score yet on our BNC Bank scoreboard.
History book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Second down and 8 for the Aggies as we return to action. Vincent, a big hole on the right side. He'll rumble his way straight through up near the 40-yard line for a first down.
Wasn't necessarily a timeout there taken by Velva to figure out what they wanted to do on that play. The play clock just got away from them, and they didn't want to cost a penalty right there. Just Vincent up the middle again. Just now you're starting to see a number 2 back enter the game for Velva. It's been all on Vincent in the ground game.
12-yard pickup up to the 38-yard line. First and 10 Aggies. 2:40 to go here in period number 1. Kittleson takes the snap and hands off again to Vincent around the right side, lowers the shoulder, takes out a defender as he'll cross the 45-yard line, and there's some of that hard running that you were talking about in our pregame.
Yeah, I wonder if this has been the game plan all along. If they've been telling Logan Vincent for about 7 months that he's going to get 30 carries in week 1 of the season, but Vincent seems happy with that. Gets a well-earned breather right now on the sideline for maybe a play or two on second down and very short.
8 yards picked up on that one. He has 6 carries for 34 yards here early on, and a 2nd and 2 upcoming for Velva-Drake-Anamoose Garrison.
Play clock already down to 3.
Down to 1, and the snap to Kittleson, the handoff. And this time they try that A-gap right side with Brody Seidler, the 175-pound senior, as he'll be bottled up there by the Hi-Liners. No gain on the play. Gets back to the 46.
Not necessarily a great feeling for Valley City's defense right now to just chunk after chunk in the running game. Velva's moving forward against you, but there's a nice stop. Start moving things the other way. Here comes a big 3rd down and 2 right around midfield. This is probably 4-down territory for the Aggies no matter what.
Single receiver split either way. Kittleson hands off Seidler, tries to sweep right side, looks to have enough as he'll get across midfield and then shoved out of bounds. Hope we can get him out of bounds. Kale Van Haldiet. And he will get enough right across midfield to the 49 of the Hi-Liners and to pick up a 5.
And just a minute to go in the first quarter. Maybe Velva waits for that last play as time's expiring in the opening frame to maybe try another pass, but the run game has been so successful right now, hard to go away from it.
3 receivers set, in motion. Goes Kraft to the near side and a handoff, and lowering the shoulder is Seidler. Brody will pick up positive yardage. They'll mark him at the 46, and that'll be a gain of 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 7, Aggies. That play will come in quarter number 2 as the final seconds roll off here in quarter number 1 at Larry Sandy Field in Velva. And after 1 in this opening game of the season, no score yet between the Aggies and the Hi-Liners here on PSP Network.
Dirt, we can tackle it. Dig it up, backhoe service. Site preparation, demolition, road building and grade raises, culvert installation, directional drilling, and every kind of dig. No job too big or too small. It's Dig It Up Backhoe Service. Find them online, digitupbackhoe.com, or call 701-722-3315. It's Dig It Up Backhoe.
See? The slicer, the meat and cheese, it has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah. The rhythm of the slice.
for Danny?
Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Coverage of tonight's game here on PSP Network being brought to you by Verendrey Electric Cooperative, your local electric cooperative providing energy-saving Marathon water heaters and other electric heating products, including boilers. They have baseboard heaters, shop heaters. Contact Verendrey for more information. Start period 2, and it's a 2nd and 7 for the Aggies as now they go with the wind. Kittleson fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Cooper rumbles forward. Rugby scrum inside the 35-yard line before he's brought down. It'll be an Aggie first down, and a nice play by the Aggies starting off period number 2.
Yeah, even though it starts with a run play for a first down, Velva, as you mentioned, playing with the win in their favor now. They did attempt a couple passes in the first quarter, and most of them were actually pretty good, just 2 drops there as well. But now definitely opening up the passing game as you creep towards the goal line, trying to get the first lead.
From the Hi-Liner 34, it'll be a 1st and 10. 4 receiver set, empty backfield for Kittleson, the senior quarterback. In motion goes Vincent. They'll flip it to him. He'll sweep to the far sideline, and it'll be met and run out of bounds there by Powell and company.
Yeah, really good stop there by the Hi-Liners. Shape that outside cornerback, kind of walled off Vincent from getting all the way to the sideline, and Powell, of course, running across the field to make the tackle. Nice stop for the Hi-Liners. Bring about 2nd and 4 for Velva.
Go as a pass, complete to Vincent. Kittleson has Seidler come in motion this time. Fakes the handoff. He'll keep it again through the A-gap right side. Wrapped up around the 25 and shoved backwards by a host of Valley City Hi-Liners, including number 73. That's Jack Dieterle, the 6'7", 256 tackle.
I was looking at 70 on the edge. Boston Larson for Valley City. He got a great push into the backfield, but Kittleson on that read was able to find the hole. Just had to keep it inside for a little bit and then spring out to get that first down.
Pick up a 5 yards, enough for a first down. From the 24 now, the Aggies looking at 1st and 10. Just outside the red zone. Seidler gets the handoff. He'll sweep to the left side. He'll be wrapped up after a short gain. Hi-Liners defense stiffening here as the Aggies approaching the red zone, and a short gain of just 2 yards for Brody Seidler.
Just got to be ready if you're that Valley City secondary of maybe testing Roberts again. They're right on the edge of the red zone. He's one-on-one. A lot of green grass here, and they're shading to this side. And keep an eye on for the Hi-Liners.
Here's the snap to Kittleson. Looks to pass. Near side. That's going to be caught. And lowering the shoulder is Brody Seidler as he'll be tackled there by the double team of Ty Cordy and also Caleb McLaughlin. The 18 and a pickup of 4. Still brings up about a 3rd down and 4.
3rd down has been a mix of everything for the Aggies so far. Go to that jet motion a lot. Ball on the hash now. Seidler in the backfield. Could be your passing down.
Handoff goes to Seidler. Through the A-gap right side. No room to run there. Wrapped up. Powell on the stop along with McLaughlin. Short gain by Seidler. Spotted at the, we'll say, 22, 16 on the 5-yard penalty. The second penalty on the Hi-Liners. Both of them for 5 yards. And it'll wind up being a 3rd and about 10. Coming up halftime, of course, we'll have for you our Magic Towing halftime report. So A recap of what took place in the first half of this one. No scoring yet. 7:21 to play here in the half. Jackson Thornton will set up in shotgun, waiting for the snap from Hunt. Here it is. Give it to Powell, sweeping near side. Swarming are the Aggies, and not much room to run. He's going to be brought down there. Grady Crawford in on the stop, along with number 23 for the Aggies. That is Lucas Holt. Stopped at the 19 after a 3-yard pickup. And so 4th down and 7. And Powell drops back to punt again. For the 3rd time, he'll do so. This one booted away. Short kick. Takes a Valley City roll, though, right across midfield. And that's where they will down it, and the Aggies will take over for the 4th time here tonight.
And ever since the first one, they haven't really gone to the passing game at all. So living and dying by the ground attack right now against Valley City. They're getting a solid push, about 3 yards a pop, but of course still without a score in the red zone.
I'll put it right about midfield. 6:24 remaining here on the first half. No score yet on that BNC Bank scoreboard. Aggies have been the only one to reach the red zone, but the Hi-Liners stopped them on downs. Kittleson will take the snap, and before he does, a false start and the second penalty of the night on Velva-D-A-G Garrison.
Yeah, it seems every penalty, even though there hasn't been all that many in the first half, have been very detrimental.
So it'll bring up 1st and 15 then for the Aggies.
Especially with two teams that are trying to run the ball as much as they are. 1st and 15 is going to be a tough ask for Velva if they do kind of keep it between the tackles.
Mentioned some of the new sponsors coming aboard. One of the new things you can watch for is our Player of the Week, which we'll be posting on social media. And that is going to be brought to you in part by the Aggie Foundation. Faking the handoff, keeping it Kittleson, finding room to run right up the middle, across midfield, and into Hi-Liner territory goes Cooper Kittleson. And a nice job by the guys up front. Barstead, Foss, and Roberts right in the middle there, creating a big hole for Cooper.
I like this read option play they've been running a lot in this second quarter. Kittleson's been a great running quarterback for Velva-D-A-G so far tonight, and he's able to pick up 13 yards on 1st and 15 to go.
Now 7 carries, 41 yards for Kittleson from the quarterback position. And a 2nd and 2 coming up. Fakes the handoff once, twice, now scrambles to his left and will not get away from the Hi-Liners this time.
Just about gets to the line to gain, which is the 40-yard line, but a stiff arm needed by Kittleson, a successful one as well to avoid a tackle for loss. Keeps things moving in the right direction for Velva. It's up a 3rd down and 1.
Pickup of a yard on the carry. Kittleson now with 8 carries. Vincent has 7. And Seidler with 5. So definitely trying to establish that running game are the Aggies. This time under center. And trying to dive forward was Kittleson. And looks like he might have enough. Lineman near side coming in right on the 40-yard line. And they're going to say, yep, move the chains. He got that yard he needed. So a new set of downs for the Aggies here with 4:50 and counting to go in the first half. Back to shotgun will go Cooper Kittleson. Single receiver left and 2 to the right. Back to pass with the empty backfield. That one batted down. Coming in with heavy pressure there up front for the Hi-Liners. Trey McPartland, the NDSU commit at 6'5", 265.
He's one of the top-rated offensive linemen in the state of North Dakota. Was one of the first offensive linemen that NDSU got in this upcoming class. So Definitely a name to remember from week 1 on as you start making those all-state lists.
2nd and 10, Aggies. Kittleson looking to pass. Now pulls it down. Now at the last second, lets it fly, but it's off the fingertip of his tight end, Mason Kraft, and incomplete.
Yeah, had he led Kraft with that pass, that was right into a white jersey of Valley City. But now back-to-back incompletions, and the Aggies face a 3rd down and 10. They go back to the passing game on 2 plays in a row, but still with just the 1 completion.
Cooper just 3 of 9 throwing the ball here in the first half for a total of 30 yards. See if he attempts a pass here on this 3rd and long from the Hi-Liner 40-yard line. He will go back to pass, sets up, fires, and that one's going to be low. And are they going to say a catch or not? Officials coming together here, and they're saying, yes, it is a catch, but I think it's going to be shy of that first down marker as Reese Steffen went down to the turf and gathered it in to the 31. So it will be a 9-yard gain, still 4th and about 1. Offense staying on the field here as we're under 4 minutes to play in the first half. No score yet on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Jonas Nelson, Owen Patterson with you here in Velva. Thanks for tuning in here tonight on PSP Network. Kicking off the season. 2 left, 1 right. Kittleson runs for it, sweeping left, has the first down, dragging tacklers and a flag on the play as he'll be down inside the 25-yard line. Ball's down, marked at the 23. And it will be holding called against the Aggies.
Yet another penalty that's going to set back a drive. Good thing, I guess, for Velva is that it happened downfield.
Yeah.
So it's only going to pretty much be a loss of 2.
So after they march off that 10 yards, it winds up 4th and 3 now. So they'll replay that down. What was a 4th and 1. 2 right, 1 left, and the Hi-Liners and head coach Chad Smith going to take a timeout and talk it over. 3:15 remaining first half on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Still 0-0 between the Aggies and Hi-Liners.
This. With Shots Crossroads Fuel to Food reward program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shots Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shots Crossroads.
Part of our vibrant communities stands Bravera Bank, offering complete financial services for banking, wealth management, and insurance. From home loans and checking accounts
Let me tell you about the cashback rewards with this account.
to wealth management, we'll help you forge your path ahead.
Let's create a plan to reach your financial goals. Sounds great.
With specialty insurance coverage, our advisors ensure your operation can carry on.
Looks like it's going to be a great harvest.
Here's the Aggies' 4th down and 3 play. Kittleson flips it to Seidler. Brody lowers his shoulders, driving forward. Did he get the first? To the 30, or maybe just a hair shy of the 30. And they're going to say no, he did not get it. He's short by just a hair. As they spot it just with the nose of the ball on the 30-yard line.
There's about 2 blades of grass between the nose of the football and the 30-yard line, which Seidler needed to get to. An impressive stop for Valley City. You have 3 minutes to go 70 yards. It's going to be a big ask of a Valley City offense that's really been stuck all evening long, but it can take a lot of momentum in a halftime if you can find a way to score. It was just 3 minutes, 7 seconds left.
4 possessions on offense for the Aggies, 3 of them stopped on downs by the Hi-Liner defense. Let's see what their offense can do here. Thornton gets a snap, hands off, and he has no room to run, does Powell. As busting through was Jaden Foss for a loss in the backfield.
Bryant continues to just mess with this Valley City running game. I mean, he is getting through. He's getting touched really one time by right tackle Jack Dieterle, and Bryant is by him. You're going to have to help out with number 77 at some point.
So it's a 2nd and 11 now for Valley City. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the high. And a high snap off of Thornton's hand. He'll pick it up on the run and just throw it out of bounds to save possession. Second time tonight that has happened for Valley City, is a bad exchange there between Owen Hunt, the sophomore center, and the senior quarterback of Jackson Thornton.
Well, now that this drive has started off the way it did for the Hi-Liners, just got to make sure that you can flip the field and make it difficult again for the Aggies not to add the first score before halftime. Try and kill a little bit of time. You can pick up a big gain on 3rd and 11.
2:23 remaining still here in the first half. 3 right, 1 left on the receiver set. Thornton takes that shotgun snap. Good one this time. Looks near side. Has Powell inside the 30-yard line. He'll get outside the 35 as he's wrapped up on the near sideline and brought down by Emmett Legge, the inside linebacker for the Aggies, the junior last year with 40 tackles for Velva-D-A-G Garrison.
Yeah, the Hi-Liners sent everybody down the field, find Powell in the flat, and they bring up a 4th down and 1. I think Thornton may be a little frustrated that they're not going to give him the keys and go for it right now, but it's to make sure, again, like we said before the last play, flip the field, make sure Velva doesn't score before this half ends.
Powell back in punt position inside his 30 at the 28 he stands. Good snap, not much of a rush. He'll boot it away, a low line drive kick that bounces outside the 30 or outside the 35, and Vincent will just let it roll dead and be downed at the 28 with still a minute 32 remaining here in the first half.
I think what made that decision a lot easier for Valley City to punt instead of go for it on 4th and 1 is the fact that they get the ball to start the second half. So assuming that is the next possession, you're going to get it. Just make sure that defense can protect 72 yards of grass.
Coming up, of course, our Magic Towing halftime report on the way for you. Look at some of the stats in action in this first half here, and look at some of the scoreboard of what's happening around the state as well here on this opening weekend. Cooper Kittleson looking to pass. Now steps up and hit as he throws to the near side. Incomplete and out of bounds. Popped there by Boston Larson.
Yeah, Kittleson keeping his eyes downfield, trying to find a window to throw to, and maybe had a running lane, but determined on getting that ball down the field. Nearly a sack, fumble, all the above, gets away with just an incompletion.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Aggies. From their 28, trips receivers go left, 1 right. Kittleson waiting for the snap. Vincent, the running back, will be his lead blocker. So he'll try the left side, trying to spin out of tackles, and maybe got a yard or 2. A good job again by that Hi-Liner defense of closing the door after just a 2-yard gain to the 30. Clock continues to run. A 3rd and 8 coming up as we're now under a minute to play here in the first half.
Velvet, too much field in front of you to be super aggressive right now. It's a 0-0 game. Just make sure there isn't a bad snap, a turnover at this point. Let's run down these last 40-some seconds.
Here's the snap and the handoff to Logan Vincent. He'll go around the left side, trying to create some space, and will get near the marker, but will be short of a first down. As the clock continues to run, and that'll bring up.
I think that we They did give him the first down. I was
did.
wondering if Valley City had called a timeout to maybe get the ball back, but stop the clock to reset the chains.
38-yard line, so they'll give Vincent 8 yards on the carry. 14 seconds and counting. Trips to the near side. Kittleson back to pass, looks to the far side, lets it fly upfield, and incomplete. Should have been picked by Andrew Sikora, the strong safety, but couldn't quite reel it in. 3 seconds, so the Aggies will have one more opportunity here.
And that Valley City secondary's had to be patient to make their play, and Sikora, that safety out on the far side, he had his moment to shine for the Hi-Liners. Who knows how many more times that's going to happen with the deep passing balls that Velva has gone away from in this game. But just one play left for the Aggies, still got to make up 62 yards.
3 seconds. Clock will start on the snap. And taking a knee will be Kittleson, and they'll head to halftime. So at the break, no score yet between the Aggies and the Hi-Liners. Our Magic Towing halftime report coming up next here on PSP Network.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about Magic Towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Or in the same way. But no matter when or how, Ferendry Electric Cooperative is there to help power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain. We never stop. Ferendry Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
Here we go. Kemple, the scoop. No, he went up and got it.
Welcome to our Magic Towing halftime report here on PSP Network. As at the break, no score yet between the Velva-D-A-G Aggies and the Valley City Hi-Liners. Magic Towing is the number to remember whenever you need a tow. No job too big or too small for them. As they serve Western North Dakota, you can give them a call at 701-509-4011. 701-509-4011. Magic Towing, serving all of Western North Dakota. Well, no score on the scoreboard here in the first half, and there's been movement of the ball, but not a whole lot for either team here, as the defensives have really stood out and done their job.
You know, we got to do a soccer game last night, which had more scoring by halftime than this one. It's kind of felt the same way. Everybody's kind of just moving back and forth around midfield, but nobody's found really the open look on net so far. To put it into football terms, one red zone chance for the Velva-D-A-G Garrison Aggies. Went over, got shut out on a 4th down. Valley City, they haven't really moved the ball at all on offense through those first 24 minutes. So a defensive stalemate going on right now at Larry Sandy Field.
Yeah, the Hi-Liners have had the ball 4 times on offense, wound up punting 4 times. The Aggies on the night have had the ball 5 times as they they were stopped on downs in the first, punted on their second possession, gave it up on downs again in the third and the 4th possessions, and then halftime here on the 5th possession. Looking at the team numbers here at the half, for the Aggies, a total of 139 yards of total net offense, as they have 100 yards on the ground on 25 carries of the ball. 4 of 12 for Cooper Kittleson for 39 yards through the air. Meanwhile, for the Hi-Liners, a net gain of 15 yards in the first half. A net gain of 5 yards rushing the ball on 8 carries, and 1 of 4 passing the ball is Jackson Thornton for a total of 10 yards, so a total of 15 yards on the first half for them. Some of the individual stats in this one: Cooper Kittleson, a leading rusher for the Aggies, carrying the ball 11 times for 44 yards, while Logan Vincent carried it 8 times for 43. And the third ball carrier for the Aggies is Brody Seidler off the sidelines, as he toted the rock for 6 times and 13 yards. Meanwhile, for the Hi-Liners, just 2 ball carriers. Corbin Powell, a net gain of 10 yards on 7 carries, while Jackson Thornton lost 5 yards on his 1 carry. Thornton's 1 complete pass was a 10-yarder to Powell, and the 4 complete passes for the Aggies and Cooper Kittleson included 2 catches for Ray Steffen for 30 yards. Logan Vincent had a 5-yard reception, and Brody Seidler with a 4-yard catch. So again, 18-yard to the 16-yard was the deepest penetration by either team into the opponent's red zone. That one got stopped by the Hi-Liner defense. And we said one of our keys to the game for Valley City was, again, going to be that offensive line play, which has stepped up here in the first half.
It has. I think the other side of it, though, the defensive line has kind of gotten pushed around a little bit by Velva. The Aggies have made an effort to run the football, and that's gone well. Obviously, it hasn't accomplished the goal yet of scoring, but Valley City for sure, I think, is winning on the offensive side. They're holding up on the offensive line side of things, but defensively, that's really where the changes have to be made for the Hi-Liners. Maybe behind that, that linebacker group as well.
Thanks to Magic Towing again, our halftime sponsor, and also we say a big thank you to Dakota Square Arco. As I mentioned earlier, they're going to be hosting their 8th annual Fuel the Fight fundraiser on Saturday, September 6th. This is a fundraiser that provides fuel vouchers for Trinity Cancer Care patients to get treatment and helps to defray some of those expenses. They're going to be a big day at Dakota Square Arco on the 8th annual event, as there will be, of course, a raffle taking place with some huge prizes there. A $1,500 Shields gift card, $1,500 cash from Farstead Oil, a 75-inch TV valued at $2,000 from the Stereo Shop. Just a few of many, many raffle items you can get when you buy those raffle tickets. There's also going to be, of course, like they've had before, a dunk tank. There's a bounce house, prize drawings, and you could win gas for a year. Stop in that day to Dakota Square Arco, fuel up with 8 gallons or more, and take your receipt in to get it entered into the drawing for a year's gas. You would the winner will in that drawing will win. They'll win $75 a week for 52 years. So a year's worth of gas. And we're going to be there. We're going to do a live remote broadcast from there that day as well at Fuel the Fight at Dakota Square Arco. That's Saturday, September 6th. You can mark that one down. We'll take a timeout here on the Magic Towing Halftime Report. Take a look at some of the action happening around the state in Class A football when we return.
transformation. ServPro's construction program brings both vision and precision. From that very first hammer strike to the final touch of paint, our dedication remains unwavering. It's not just about remodeling, it's about legacy. In Minot and Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
Take care of their customers.
That's right, Carson. You may be number 11 on the field, but at First Western, you and our customers are never just a number.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
When our customers call with a question, we answer their call personally.
Now that's pro-level service.
Thanks, Carson. Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Welcome back to the Magic Towing Halftime Report here in Velva at Larry Sandy Field. I'm Jonas Nelson along with Owen Patterson. Opening week of Class A and 9-man football, and in the Class A ranks, of course, the Aggies playing in Region 3, and also in Region 3 is Botno this year. 28-0, they lead Lisbon at the end of 3 quarters. Botno, we were talking off-air prior to this, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with here in Region 3, I think.
Yeah, I think what so many people across the state are forgetting, obviously Velva and Bishop Ryan going to try and revamp things after a great graduating class, but Botno's coming into this region. They're no longer in Region 2. The Braves have moved in, and I think they might be a region title favorite this year, along with a very large group of other teams as well that have stayed in Region 3.
Harvey Wells County trailing Ellendale Edgeley Colm by a point, 7-6, as that one's closing in on halftime. Also across the area here, Delax Burlington is leading Turtle Mountain 16-8. That one a little over halfway through the second quarter, the report on that one. Killdeer 27-0 up on Hart River with just a minute to play before halftime. Shiloh Christian in the second period leading Hazen 7-0. And we also have Bulow leading Central McLean 14-6. Rugby up on Stanley 22-8. That one close to halftime. And in another game on PSP Network, as we're kicking off, of course, the Dickinson area, and Brock Widener on the air. It's 6-6. Number 3 Dickinson Trinity up against Bowman County as they're closing in on halftime there.
Yeah, no surprise. A lot of competitive games in Region 4. I was doing some digging here during the offseason. You know, there hasn't been a repeat champ in that region since Bowman County did it in 2018 and 2019. There's always something different down in the Southwest, and Trinity trying to bounce back after Killdeer took the crown last year.
That's right. Here in Velva, there's no scorer between the Aggies and the Hi-Liners. And a big thank you goes out to our game sponsors, which include our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. Over 25 years experience as your heating and air experts. Your factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. You can find them online at northern-plains.com. Also, thanks goes out to some of our newer sponsors coming on board here to bring you the so-called small school coverage here in the Minot area, like the Michael Braun State Farm Insurance Agency, Pringle and Herrickstead Law Firm, Berthold Farmers Elevator, Verendrey Electric Cooperative, and Creative Property Management. Some of those that you're going to be hearing more from as we move throughout this school year here on PSP Network.
I like the AB coverage this year.
Yeah.
I'm more of a fan of that than anything else in North Dakota. So can't wait to have a weekly game up here in the Minot area of 11-man, 9-man football, whatever it may be. So excited for that.
Owen will be joining me time to time on that as time allows, as you do your duties across the whole gamut of stuff here in the area. We'll take a final halftime timeout. Third quarter action coming your way. Again, no scorer on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Thanks for joining us for the Magic Towing Halftime Report here on PSP Network.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Hey, glad to have you along here on this Friday night as we begin the football season for the 2025-26 school year. Bit of a stalemate here in the first half. No score between the Hi-Liners and the Aggies here at Larry Sandy Field. You saw that beautiful sign that they have on the top of the scoreboard. We were told that got put in place just yesterday.
Yeah, right on
just
time.
in time. So great job by the Aggies here. Always great to come here, and they do a great job of one of the best fields in the state, I think. Here's the kickoff and the take by the Hi-Liners. A nice return up across the 35-yard line. Lowering the head and getting forward. Good field position for the Hi-Liners to start off the third period here.
Well, it's time to see what the adjustments Valley City made are. Start this second half, and they just need to find something on offense. It could be on the ground. It could be in the air. Somebody we haven't seen just yet. It's got to be something, though, for the Hi-Liners right away in the second half to make sure they got something going on offense.
They'll take it from the 35-yard line. Thornton takes the shotgun snap. Passes to the far side. That one's going to be caught. And through a tackle and forward near a first down is Powell on the catch.
Well, there you go, 9 yards right away, and it's some hurry up. This is what we saw from Valley City at the end of last fall, in this no-huddle offense.
Pass again, a long pass downfield, and overshot the intended receiver, Derek Shape, as he was double-teamed downfield. And an incomplete pass. Bring up a 2nd down and 1 for Valley City. 24/7 emergency service, what you get at ServPro. They have trained technicians and advanced technology whenever you need them. ServPro is there to serve you. Pass near side, caught and tackled immediately is Leighton Hendrickson, the sophomore receiver.
Yeah, pretty risky play right there for Valley City. Obviously, it's just barely going to pick up that first down, but Ty Cordy, the outside receiver, towards their own sideline, kind of ran a pick play, just running right in front of the cornerback, kind of worked as a block, make sure that's not offensive pass interference, and move the chains.
As the first down snap comes to Jackson, a false start is going to be called against the Hi-Liners. Their third penalty of the ball game for a total of 15 yards.
Yeah, always a little bit of a challenge to run that high-tempo, no-huddle offense. You got to make sure, one, everybody's on the same page, and two, everybody gets set. And Valley City nearly had that penalty the play before, had some receivers in motion.
Trips to the right, one left. 1st and 15. The pass to Powell in the flat. Finds room to run as it gets good blocking ahead and will get tackled around the ankles, falling forward to the 47-yard line and pick up 7 on the pass play.
Well, here's what we heard so much about Valley City's offensive approach. Get Corbin Powell the ball out in space, and they've been throwing him the ball out in the flats, screen passes. Just let number 2 go to work instead of running between the tackles.
This time a handoff to him and no room to run as he is going to be brought down immediately. Pancake tackle there, including pick number 56, Madden Barstead, the outside linebacker.
Yeah, Barstead and Foss just right up the middle. I mean, Velva's getting such a good push from their defensive line. It's a lot of quick hitters with the passing game, and still Valley City's trying to sprinkle in a bit of a draw play.
Loss of a yard, 3rd and 9, and a catch by Powell. First down and more, up the sideline, and finally brought down inside the 30 is Powell.
Corbin Powell saying, call my number a little bit more. Phone lines are open. And along the sideline, that's where he can get creative.
Down to the 30-yard line. And a pickup of 22 on the pass play, the largest play of the ball game for the Hi-Liners. Thornton almost dragged down in the backfield there by Barstead. Does get rid of it. It'll be incomplete, the pass, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Thornton in that tough position of really only having 2 seconds to get the ball out. That's how quickly the pressure is getting to him. Try and roll him out, get some long developing routes down the field, but these short intermediates have been working just fine.
Fakes it to Powell. He'll keep it himself straight ahead inside the 30-yard line. Wrapped up around the knees and brought to the turf there. On the tackle is Emmett Laggy. To the 29. Gain of 1 on the play for the quarterback.
So much tempo, and now on a 3rd down and 8, making sure you've got the right call for this. Getting towards the red zone, and a drive that has been the best by far already for Valley City of the night.
Trips again to the near side. Thornton tries to connect with Powell out of the backfield, but led him too much. Incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Now becomes critical for Valley City to get the 1st down. I don't think any team is really going to be trying many field goals at all, especially not from 40+, but on a 4th down and 8, there's really no in-between right now for the Hi-Liners. You got to get to that yard to gain and then look for the football.
So 4th and long for Valley City. Trips to the short side of the field on the far side, 1 to the near side, and a flag, a false start, and it's exactly what they did not need, is 5 more yards added on.
I think this is something that Coach Smith is saying. Derek Shape's just getting set. He wasn't really ever set before going in motion, but that's what they called the false start, the illegal motion, sorry.
Back to the 34. 4th down. Thornton trying to air it out. Near side and tipped and incomplete. Intended receiver there up the near side was Derek Shape, the senior. Face guarded there by Grady Crawford, the cornerback. And it'll go over and downs over to the Aggies.
Yeah, you got to pick up a 4th down and 13. Just go to that one-on-one. Of course, there was some late help by the Aggies secondary, but Crawford, a really nice job defending the pass. Shape did all he could to try and catch that one over the helmet of Crawford, but a really tough catch to make, and Valley City has to turn the ball over after what was a really strong drive.
So with 9:15 to go in the 3rd period, the Aggies get the ball for the first time in the 2nd half at the 34, and Cooper Kittleson will take the snap, racing left side. He'll have a 1st down, tiptoeing up the sidelines, and then shoved out of bounds just near the 50. McLaughlin will finally force him out, but not until a 1st down for the Aggies up at the 48-yard line.
The run game with Kittleson has been so helpful to Velva's offense. It's really been the one play that's worked 100% of the time.
A dozen carries for 58 yards now for Cooper as the leading rusher for the Aggies. This time he'll hand it off. Vincent out of the backfield. I think the ball got poked away as he was falling to the turf. Did he recover? Yes, I think so. He did. That one was coming out, though, as he was going down.
And there was a lot of Valley City players around, probably 3 with just Vincent in there to recover his own fumble. Luckily does so. And the Aggies keep possession at their own 49.
So it'll be 2nd and 9. Thanks goes out to Minot State University, helping to bring you our broadcast tonight. More than 96% of recent grads employed or continuing their education. Minot State, be seen, be heard, be you. Kittleson finds his tight end up the middle, Mason Kraft, after a nifty little fake handoff, and then it looked like he took a step forward like he was going to run, but at the last second found Kraft straight up the middle for a 1st down into Hi-Liner territory at the 40-yard line. And an 11-yard pass play.
Well, here we have some offensive football tonight. Valley City gets on the move. The Aggies responding.
Under 8 minutes we go here in the 3rd period. Still no score on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Kittleson will take the low snap. Backpedals, now goes to his left, under pressure, coming back near side. Looks to tuck it and run. Has Vincent ahead to block, but he'll be brought down on the near side as he was wrapped up there. Getting in there with the tackle, Derek Shape, one of those for the Hi-Liners.
I think it's a little easier to run faster when you're being chased by Trey McPartland as Kittleson was. He was able to avoid that and actually pick up some positive yardage for Velva on first down, but his ability to escape the pressure tonight has been so good for the Aggies as McPartland and Dieterle on the edges have broken up some plays.
4-yard gain brings up 2nd and 6 for Velva-D-A-G Garrison. Trips receivers to the near side. In motion now goes Stefan. Long snap count. Handoff, Vincent. Logan will go left side. He'll find a little hole, pokes through it, and dives ahead to about the 30-yard line. Looks to have enough for another Aggie first down.
I think you got help there getting an extra 2 yards or so on that tackle by Ryer Muskie. Kind of threw Vincent over, never hit the ground, and was sprung forward an extra 5 feet. Gives Velva a first down and 10.
7-yard gain for Logan, who now has 10 carries for 51 yards for the Aggies. Clock continues to run. As for the second time tonight, the Aggies nearing the red zone. Vincent to the right. He'll get the handoff, this time straight ahead, stepping over defenders, pushing the pile forward. Inside the 25 is Logan Vincent, and a good run up the middle for the Aggies.
Back to what we saw in the first quarter, just Logan Vincent run after Logan Vincent run right now. A break through Valley City's defensive front again.
We'll give them 6 that time, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 4 now for the Aggies.
And just after that first fumble scare, got to make sure you hold on to it right now. The Hi-Liners are attacking the pigskin.
UPS Store bringing you our coverage tonight. They're located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. See the UPS Store. Kittleson mishandles the snap, picks it up, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield as he tried to go left. No room to run. Derek Shape came in and got the sack.
Yeah, that was really the one play that Kittleson was not able to avoid the pressure. McLaughlin in the backfield as well to hit him. 3rd down and a whole 10 yards now to go for Velva-D-A-G Garrison. Another drive stalling out on the plus side of the field.
Loss of 6 on the play. Kittleson with a single receiver to the near side. That's Grady Crawford. Again, pocket collapsing, trying to escape. Now letting it fly. Wide open. Caught. Touchdown, Aggies. On the board are the Aggies as Mason Kraft wide open up the sidelines. And somehow Cooper Kittleson escaped the collapsing pocket and found him.
That he did. Cooper Kittleson keeps the play alive. McPartland got to him first. Some more Valley City players in his vision, but Kraft was left all alone. Given that much time, and the defense just lost the tight end on the boundary. Finally, we have a score. It's the Aggies up first.
They'll set up for the 2-point conversion here. Kittleson with 3 receivers left, looks left, throws across the middle, and that is going to be caught for the 2-point conversion. And with 4:54 remaining third period, we finally have a score on the BNC Bank scoreboard. It's the Aggies 8, the Hi-Liners 0.
Wreck my car. There are some things in life we can't control, but what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance.
Are you even a therapist?
Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
Aggies! Welcome back to the Larry Sandy Field.
The Aggies as Mason Kraft
celebration in the end zone.
Wide open.
Mason Kraft wide open after Kittleson escaped the pocket on the scramble. And the Aggies on the board on that 29-yard conversion, coming with 4:54 remaining here in this third period. Ball in the tee, and the kick by Vincent. High spinning kick, angling far side. That'll be taken outside the 10. Up the sidelines, angling, and tripped up there Number 23, that's Caleb McLaughlin on the return. And the Hi-Liners get the ball back now, trailing by 8.
Well, trailing for the first time today, but I think Valley City saw so much go right on that last offensive possession that doesn't feel like as much pressure as maybe an 8-0 deficit in that first half felt. Hi-Liners just got to click once again with that short passing game. Let Thornton get it out of his hands quickly.
8 plays, 66 yards, time of possession 4:21 for the Aggies on the scoring drive. And now Thornton in shotgun looking to answer. Scrambles to his right, and he'll be sacked. Busting in and around the ankles. Tackle there.
And Roberts with that shoelace tackle. Give him credit for the sack, and Valley City already behind the sticks.
So 5-yard loss on the play, and 2nd and 15. And again, swarming Aggie defense. No room to run that time for Jackson Thornton, the senior quarterback. Brought it to 29. He'll lose another yard there.
It's another reason why Thornton started to kind of sprint out of the pocket. Going back to the last drive, he's going to need to buy some time now on 3rd down, and it's like 16.
Shotgun with 3 receivers near side. Now scrambles out of the pocket and again is tackled. Is hit initially there by big number 77, Matt Bryant. 6'5", 245, and the senior who's a commit to Jamestown next year. And the university there. And not a very good offensive possession for the Hi-Liners after the Aggies put up some points.
Yeah, just no time at all for Thornton. Wanted to throw on that drive, but never even got into a nice drop.
Powell with the kick. Fielded on the run by Vincent outside the 45, and he'll be shoved out of bounds as he'll get inside the Hi-Liner 45. If you wonder if offense and scoring a touchdown in a game like this can fuel your defense, I think we got the answer right there. Yes, it certainly did.
Oh, yeah, it was kind of the accumulation throughout the game for Velva's pass rush. It was getting better and better, and then on that last drive, maybe it's best, but might hold as one of their best defensive possessions throughout this entire season. I mean, you get 3 sacks on the quarterback, that'll do just fine.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Valley City 42-yard line for the Aggies. Leading 8-0, just over 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd period. Handoff. Coming to the near side, trying to protect that ball as a rugby scrum breaks out. Pushed backwards. After a positive gain was Brody Seidler, the ball carrier that time, the senior. Forward progress, they'll mark to the 35-yard line, and that'll be a pickup of 7.
A game where 1 touchdown might be enough to win this one, it seems like. Velva could be a little bit conservative here. Try and chew the clock all the way throughout the 3rd quarter. They've got decent enough field to go to be able to do that with just 2:25.
3 receivers left in motion. Coming to the near side, setting up, and the pass goes to the far side. Caught, but wrapped up immediately by Powell and thrown backwards. On the catch was Reese Steffen.
Another about 3rd and 6 for Velva. They've gone everywhere in situations like this. I think it's time again. You put your trust in the quarterback, Cooper Kittleson, to create something. Of course, his touchdown pass on the last drive, he's been able to avoid the pressure. Just let him make a play in the backfield.
Loss of a couple on the pass play. 3rd down and a long 5 for the Aggies. 1:39 and counting to go here in the 3rd period as they lead 8-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Kittleson back to pass. Lets it fly and led Brody Seidler by about 3 or 4 yards too many. Defensively there, step for step with him, was Andrew Sikora, the strong safety.
Well, that time Kittleson had all the time in the world to get a nice pass off. Just wasn't on target to Seidler. Bring up a 4th down in the same situation for Velva at the 37-yard line.
6 of 16 passing the ball now is Cooper Kittleson. And a 4th down and a long 5. Kittleson back to pass. Heavy pressure, scrambles forward. He'll have a 1st down as he crosses the sticks and is hit and thrown out of bounds by the middle linebacker, Ryer Muskie.
Well, it almost turns out to be that Velva gets bigger plays off of what seem to be broken plays than things that are going their way right now, and that's just on Kittleson's creativity as the quarterback.
1st down to the 27-yard line after a pickup of 10 on the carry for Cooper Kittleson. 15 carries, 66 yards now for Cooper. Kittleson with Seidler to his left will hand off. Through the A-gap right side goes Brody. Tripped up as he falls forward near the 20-yard line as he got tripped up there by the outside linebacker, Caleb McLaughlin. To the 21 and 6 on the carry. We'll get Brody.
Well, just the plan for Velva on this drive, a chance that we'll have to run one more play in this 3rd quarter and try to limit the Hi-Liners' possessions in the 4th.
26 seconds and counting in the period. 2 receivers wide near side. 1 to the left. Handoff. Vincent wrapped up and brought down as that play was read, and on the blitz, the tackle made by Caleb McLaughlin, the linebacker.
Now they get some extra time to think about 3rd down and 8 in the 4th quarter, already up by 1 score.
Planet Pizza open to bring you our broadcast. Anytime you want pizza, they are the place to go. Serving the Magic City for over 25 years. 701-852-1700 Planet Pizza. 8-0 Aggies after 3 quarters on our BNC Bank scoreboard. The 4th comes your way next on PSP.
Nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's a spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
It can happen anywhere, at any time, to anyone. It's not really something you can schedule on your calendar. But when it happens to you and it's not your fault, there's one law firm to remember. That firm is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We live here and take pride in helping our community. We know this area inside and out. We put in the work and fight for what's right so justice can prevail for you. That is what we're all about. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
Coverage tonight's game here on PSP brought to you by Verendry Electric Cooperative, your local electric cooperative, which provides energy-saving Marathon water heaters and other electric heating products, which include boilers, baseboard heaters, and shop heaters. Contact Verendry Electric today for more information. We come to the final 12 minutes of play. 8-0 Aggies, who got on the board in that 3rd period with a broken play touchdown pass from Kittleson to Kraft. And now it's a 3rd down and a long 5. Kittleson looks to pass and finds a receiver to the right side, and that'll be caught. On the reception there will be Jordan Mack, I believe.
Slade Nordstrom with the catch for
for
Velva. It was a really nice pump fake there by Kittleson. You had McLaughlin and you had Powell in kind of the same spot, and then they both slid over to that underneath route, left Nordstrom wide open in the middle of the field, right in between the two.
3 on the catch, brings up a 4th. Long 1, short 2. Take your pick. Empty backfield. Kittleson in shotgun. Vincent goes in motion. They fake the handoff to him. Kittleson, 1st down run and more as he goes through the A-gap right side near the 10-yard line. And Cooper Kittleson moves the chains as he'll pick up 8.
I mean, if Velva continues to go to this option between Kittleson and Vincent throughout the season, We're going to have something like a Bodine Shep read option going on for the Aggies. That has been their top play today, and Kittleson a strong runner just as Logan Vincent is. That's a dangerous 1-2 punch in the backfield for Velva-D-A-G Garrison.
Yeah, the two of them have combined for over 100 yards and 27 carries now on the ground. The handoff to Vincent. He'll take his turn. Right side. Stops, tries to power forward. Picks up positive yardage inside the 10. And he'll be spotted at the 6, is it?
Yeah, well, it's inside the red zone, a place where Velva has only been now twice. They still haven't scored in the red area. This is the time, though, to get it.
4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. Looks like can it get a first down just outside the pile or outside the goal line? No need for that. Cooper Kittleson rushes straight up the middle for a score.
Kittleson on the ground. That has been Velva's offense throughout this ball game. Want to establish the ground game? Well, now you factor in number 7, a big chunk of it in the third and the fourth quarter. A 2-touchdown lead kind of seems insurmountable at this point.
So the 6-yard touchdown run straight up the middle for Cooper Kittleson makes it 14-0 on our BNC Bank scoreboard with the 2-point conversion yet to come. Two receivers right, one left. Kittleson. Little jump pass across the middle that'll be caught by the tight end, Mason Kraft, for 2. So with 9:58 remaining in the game,
Outside the goal
Aggies
line.
increase their lead on the BNC
No
Bank
need
scoreboard
for
to
that.
16-0.
Can it get a first down?
Fabulous edition of the Master Spas line, including the phenomenal Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools, swim spas, and saunas. Come see for yourself the outstanding lineup of Master Spas, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas, exclusively at Magic City Home Leisure.
Take care of their customers.
That's right, Carson. You may be number 11 on the field, but at First Western, you and our customers are never just a number.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
When our customers call with a question, we answer their call personally.
Now that's pro-level service.
Thanks, Carson. Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
9 plays, 42 yards go the Aggies. And Cooper Kittleson with the 6-yard run. 2 touchdowns on the board for Velva-D-A-G Garrison. And the kick taken at the 10. Back up the middle to about the 25-yard line. It's Caleb McLaughlin, the senior. Met by a pile of blue and gold there. And that's where the Hi-Liners will take over with 9:52 remaining.
Well, Valley City started the second half of the football and only had it twice in that third quarter. They have to have it twice now in the fourth to come back in this game, meaning this has a must-score possession for the Hi-Liners.
Prestwich Orthodontics open to bring you our broadcast. You can find them online at mynotbraces.com. Shotgun snap handoff to Powell. Running to the left side and a flag on the play. As Corbin tried to get some positive yardage. Holding is going to be the call against the Hi-Liners. Velva-D-A-G Garrison Aggie down, now popping up. Looks to be okay there. And that is Grady Crawford.
Well, let's just take one play off and be back in this game at corner. Meanwhile, Valley City now a first down and 20. What do you draw up right now?
Yeah, good luck on that.
Especially when the deep ball just hasn't been there because you don't have time to set it up. It's just got to be something quick to Powell, you feel like.
And up the middle they'll try and go, but again, the Aggies close it down quickly. Not much room to run.
Well, try and get a little bit of that penalty yardage back, set you up with a second down and closer. It's still second down and 16 yards for Valley City. Eventually, though, you're going to have to try one more heave to pick up this first down.
Second and long. Thornton takes the snap, hands off, pausing, running. And Powell on the carry. Wrestled down by the Aggies. Luke Selzler, Emmett Legge combining on the tackle for the Aggies. Did get across the 20 to the 21. We'll say a pickup of 3 for Powell on that one. So third down and still about 14 yards remaining. Clock down to 8.5 to play now in the quarter. Here in the fourth, it's 16-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Aggies leading. Shotgun snap. Thornton trying to avoid pressure. Not going to do it. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 10-yard line.
Well, once again, Velva, I mean, it's everybody up there that's getting in the game, whether it's Bryant, whether it's Foss, it's Roberts. Anybody they're bringing in off the bench to go up against this Valley City front is getting through, which is really a surprising thing. Valley City, you come into single A with double A size, but getting beat tonight.
Powell in his end zone to punt it away. Logan Vincent back in midfield. Fair catch will be made at the Hi-Liner 48-yard line. That's where Velva-D-A-G Moose Garrison will take over. Jackson Thornton, the quarterback for the Hi-Liners. 6 carries of the ball, but 4 of those for negative yards tonight.
Yeah, Thornton just hasn't had a fun time in the backfield, of course, making his kind of debut as the new quarterback for Valley City. Just hasn't had time to be able to get anything going. Obviously, Valley City's got weapons. I mean, Shape, Powell, once you get them time to get downfield, Valley City's going to have success offensively, just not the case this evening. But you focus on the defense right now with 7.5 minutes left, knowing that at most you're going to have 2 possessions left. This has to be as quick of a 3-and-out as possible. Give the Hi-Liners the offense back on the field.
For 50 years, Ryan has been a trusted name for car buyers all across western North Dakota. You can shop their inventory at driveryan.com or stop into one of their 5 locations in Minot and Williston. Also, thanks to ServPro for their sponsorship, 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology. They are your experts for fire and water cleanup and restoration and construction. ServPro. $7:39 remaining. 2-touchdown lead for the Aggies, who take over once again in Hi-Liner territory at the 48. Direct snap goes to Vincent this time. Fakes the pass, look over to the right flat, and then tucks it and runs for a first down inside the 40. So, little wildcat there.
Yeah, if you've been watching the offense that Matt Weidler calls for as long as we have on the PSP network, that wildcat play where you motion the quarterback out of the backfield, that's nothing new. I mean, that is one of their go-to plays last year, especially at the end of the season. Letting Vincent take the direct snap, the quicker you can get him going downhill, the better. And it's a first down on first down.
It's up 10 yards. It's a move the chains. This time Kittleson back into that quarterback spot. Here's the snap, the handoff, flag on the play, run to the right side by Logan Vincent. And we'll see what the call is. He got yardage inside the 35, but
I think this one's going against Velva. I've had some forward motion on the snap. Officials from the other side coming in. Oh, wow.
And there's going to be a timeout taken here by the Aggies as well. So 6:57 remaining in the game. BNC Bank scoreboard has the Aggies leading the Hi-Liner 16-0.
History book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world,
There are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Well, no penalty on the play because the timeout occurred before the play was snapped. So somebody was alert on that Aggie sideline.
One of the luckier plays of the day there for Velva. Instead of a 1st and 15, they called the timeout, of course, and so started like it never happened.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 38. Waiting for the snap, Cooper Kittleson claps his hands, gets it, throws right. That'll be caught by Kraft, the tight end. We're up the sidelines. He'll get a first down before he's shoved out of bounds as he tiptoed out of the tackle of the cornerback, Ty Cordy.
And what helps Mason Kraft and these tight ends of this Velva offense get so wide open is they're always in a different spot on the field. Sometimes they're off tackle, sometimes they're in a three-point stance, sometimes they're split out wide. It's just Valley City isn't picking up where Kraft is running. That's now 2 or 3 times that he has run wide open across the field. Of course, the biggest instance, his touchdown catch.
Ty Kraft with 3 catches now for 51 yards, including that 29-yard score. Picks up 11 that time and a first down for the Aggies. Handoff, no room to run as Vincent is swarmed under by a host of Hi-Liners. Leading the tackle there, Boston Larson was in there, as well as the NDSU commit Trey McPartland, number 54. Loss on the play back to the 30 will be a loss of 3. 2nd and 13, Velva Drake Animus Garrison, 6.5 remaining in the ball game. Single receiver either way for the Aggies. Faking the handoff, keeping it, rolling right. Kittleson won't get away from the pressure this time. Sacked.
He actually got that ball away.
Did he?
He tried to pump fake while he was getting hit and just kind of flipped it like a shortstop would to a second baseman. Trying to get that ball away to Emmett Legg. He was incomplete anyway, but does avoid the sack. Keep this at 3rd down and 13.
Sakura's like, man, took a sack away from me. He had him wrapped up, but he couldn't avoid the pass being made. So from the 30, it'll be a 3rd down and 13. Halfway through the 4th. And a 2-touchdown lead for the Aggies, the defending Class A champs. Kittleson under pressure again, and once again, as he is slung around, lets the ball fly. And they're going to...
I don't think he got away with that one, though.
No, they're not going to let him get away with that one. They're going to call that one a sack. Ryer Muskie, the middle linebacker, will be credited with the sack back at the 40 and a loss of 10.
I think he's dealing with some cramps right now, so an injury timeout ahead of 4th and really long.
5:53 remaining in the game on the BNC Bank scoreboard. It's a 2-touchdown lead for the Aggies.
Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Tonight's game brought to you by BNC Bank. We know your life is busy. They'll make managing your money easy with locations in North Dakota and Arizona. BNC online at bnc.bank. Back into punt position. Logan Vincent lets it go, and it'll take an Aggie roll inside the 10 and be down just outside the 5-yard line. With 5:35 remaining in the game. Hi-Liners will get to take over.
I feel like with one more stop, Velva can bring about the end of tonight's game. And as backed up as Valley City is to start this drive, it is going to be kind of a miracle for Valley City to cover this much ground without a passing attack. They just can't. They don't have enough time to establish one right now.
So Jackson Thornton, with 3 receivers to the near side, will pass up the middle, and that is incomplete off of Leighton Hendrickson. So the clock stops at 5:32. A reminder again, throughout the school year, PSP will be posting their Player of the Week. And that feature brought to you in part by the Aggie Foundation. Pass knocked down by Mason Kraft on a heavy rush. So another incompletion.
I think that was an incomplete pass. Clock's still running, though.
Thornton trying to escape pocket and can't do so. Brought down. He'll be sacked by Gage Roberts.
Yeah, Thornton's just got to keep his composure right now, obviously. That is going to bring on the punting unit. Just not a fun day in the pocket. The second half in particular for Thornton, but it's keep looking ahead for this Valley City team. It's week 0 right now against the defending state champions. You'd think things will get up from here for the Hi-Liners, but just look at their next week opponent.
Yeah, they don't have an easy schedule, that's for sure. We'll talk about that a little more in our postgame, but yeah, that's a tough start to the year for the Hi-Liners, coming down a class from AA. The punt fielded by Logan Vincent at the Hi-Liner 44.
I think a lot of people make the assumption with all the realignment we always have across North Dakota. A lot of times it's that Class 8 and 9 man where things get easier when you go down a class, but you know, you're talking about the Kindreds, the Central Casses, the Bishop Ryans, of course, the Velvas here in Single A. There is some real good and physical football played at this level in Valley City. I mean, they're ready for it. They knew it was coming.
Yep.
And to test themselves right away with the top 2 teams in the state in non-conference, kind of a schedule that got handed to them by Kindred and Central Cass. Definitely something, a learning curve for the Hi-Liners.
So 1st and 10 Aggies. Hand off to Brody Seidler. Lowers the shoulder, tries to force his way forward. Picks up a couple to about the 42-yard line. Middle linebacker Ryan Muskie, the senior at 217 pounds, puts a stop to the run, and a 2nd and 8 now for Velva-D-A-G Garrison. Clock goes under 4 minutes remaining in the game here. 16-0 Aggies on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
It's that time where you won't snap until you see single digits on the play clock behind the end zone. Kittleson, he's going to understand what to do.
Hand off, Seidler again, trying to find room to run as he goes left. And not much room to run there. Wrapped up around the waist, wrangled down. Strong safety Andrew Sikora on the tackle. And a timeout taken to stop the clock with 3:27 remaining.
I think there should be probably 3:36 remaining on the clock, but
ball spotted at the 42, so no gain on the play for Seidler that time. Coming up following our game, stick with us for our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads post-game show, which includes our Sport Clips MVP of the game and Serve Pro Move the Game as well.
yeah, quite a few more nominees for MVP than Move tonight, unless you're a big fan of defensive highlights. But there's been a couple really nice plays, a couple almost great plays, some interceptions in the ball game, but going to have to decide in just a few short moments.
Again, a big thank you to Verendry Electric Cooperative, your local electric cooperative, providing energy-saving marathon water heaters and also electric heating products, including boilers, spaceport heaters, shop heaters. You can contact Verendry Electric Cooperative for more information. Third down play. Pass is going to be incomplete to Mason Kraft, right about the sticks.
I knew Valley City was going to call a timeout anyway, so the clock was going to stop, but an incomplete pass, and Valley City doesn't have to burn a timeout right there. Instead, they get fourth down and a stop here. The Hi-Liners will have still just about 3.5 minutes. So Velva's even going to punt on the plus side of the field, but 3 minutes to go for the Hi-Liners.
So Logan Vincent, the 200-pound junior, sets up at his own 45 to boot this one away. Returners, McLaughlin and Cordy down at their 10. High kick angling near side. And that one will bounce out of bounds and be marked out at the 14. That's where the Hi-Liners take over, but just 3:23 remaining in the game. No score in the first half of this one. Aggies finally got on the board over halfway through the third. And then early in the fourth added another one here, and that's been all the scoring on the board here tonight.
For a team that scored about 50 points per game last year. Just know, though, even though they scored 50 points a game last season, it was a slow start against Kindred, too.
Yeah. Lost that game, and then that wound up being the only loss of the year. Incomplete pass on the crossing route as it tried to connect there with Leighton Hendrickson. Jackson Thornton taking over varsity duties here this year and kind of finding a rough time in the passing game here against this Aggie defense. He'll get the snap again. That one in and out of the hands of Hunter Undum.
Yeah, that one not on Thornton at all. Through the hands off the face mask of Undum. One chance Valley City gets to get a clean pass away, but it's dropped.
Just 5 of 16 on the night is Jackson Thornton. This time he'll tuck it and run. Scrambling out of the pocket, angling far side, gets some room, and looks like he gets a first down. So he'll get across the 25-yard line. They'll move the sticks as he will pick up yardage to the 27. 13 on the carry. Back to pass, pocket collapsing, wrapped up, and another sack. That one is coming from Lexton Smith, a sophomore, number 51.
Looks like Thornton went down after that. It was kind of a high hit from Smith up around the shoulders, and Thornton's taking enough hits tonight. It might be Valley City's best intention right now to just keep this one on the ground and keep their new quarterback healthy.
Partland helps him up, and the Hi-Liners will take a timeout here. Say a big thank you to Northern Plains Heating and Air, hoping to bring you our sponsorship tonight. You can find them online at northern-plains.com. Prestwich Orthodontics, 0% financing, free consultations, both virtual or in office. A fun, relaxed atmosphere. You can check them out. More information at monoprices.com. Planet Pizza helping to bring you our broadcast as well. Serving the Magic City for over 25 years. 701-852-1700. You might have seen if you watched our preview show. Got the Galactic Pizza from Planet Pizza, and they made goalposts with the pepperoni. That was pretty cool.
Kind of jealous I didn't get to work that event.
That's right.
Just because of that. Obviously, I'd love to talk football, but
just to get Planet Pizza. I mean,
I think the story right now for Valley City, though, a team that was just ravaged by injuries at the end of last season, they had to convert wide receivers into linemen. Their quarterback is on the sideline getting his shoulder worked with, and their backup doesn't even have pads on the sideline, so having to move some pieces around. I think that's Hendrickson taking the snap.
Direct snap and the run straight ahead. And Powell, I guess, on the carry that time. Not much to run, much room to find up the middle, though, for him. 1 yard on the carry. Brings up a 3rd down and 13. 2:22 and counting to go here in the game. That's Powell once again, trying to go through the A gap. Tackled shy of the 30-yard line.
So what we've been referencing now in the 4th quarter is this Week 2 matchup for Valley City. It's your home opener, but it's against Langdon area, who's putting on a really nice show tonight in their season opener, and one of the best teams in the preseason ratings in all of Class A football. And if Thornton's not healthy and they don't have a number 2 quarterback to go to, it might just have to be the Corbin Powell show everywhere. I don't know. We'll see what the injury status is for Thornton as this week goes along, though.
Yeah, on the depth chart, Coach Smith listed Hudson Krewald, the sophomore, as their backup quarterback, but he is not even dressed tonight. Punt fumbled by Logan Vincent, but he'll pick it up out of bounds, and I think a late hit's going to be called on the Hi-Liners as the flag was thrown.
It didn't seem too malicious there, but Vincent was already sitting out of bounds, and then there came a hit towards the head area. Attack on 15.
So 90 seconds remaining on the BNC Bank scoreboard. The Aggies will get the ball back here. Leading 2 touchdowns. They'll march off the penalty here from the 40-yard line. I'll move it into Highliner territory, a 15-yarder. 5 penalties on the night for Valley City for a total of 40 yards.
Nothing better to see on the first Friday of the season than victory formation.
Kittleson, the snap and the quick knee. The only bad thing about that is his personal stats take a yard hit each time he takes a knee.
I'm not sure he's going to care too much about that, but being 1-0 as the starting quarterback of the Velva-D-A-G's is going to be a lot better feeling. I think that's what he's thinking about right now.
On the other side, this next carry that he has in the knee that he takes will be his 20th carry of the night.
That's a big workload, too, for him. I thought we'd see Vincent with 20 to 30 carries, but Kittleson kind of took that on, and there's really nothing wrong with that. It's just about keeping him healthy, of course, trying to avoid injury. You like what you see from Velva. I know they only put up 16 points in today's game. That first half was a tough one for them, but things got better as the night went on for the Aggies as they prepare for Week 2.
Kittleson will take the snap in the knee, and that will finish off the ball game here. Final score on the BNC Bank scoreboard will be the Velva-D-A-G and Aggies 16, the Valley City Hi-Liners 0. Stick with us. Our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads Postgame, comes your way next here on PSP Network.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
Here we go. Kemple, the scoop. No, he went up and got it.
or in the same way. But no matter when or how, Ferendry Electric Cooperative is there to help power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop. Ferendry Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
This. With Shots Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shots Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shots Crossroads.
We're back to our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads post-game show. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your goals. You can visit them online at planningteam.com. Well, it's a win for the Velva-D-A-G Aggies tonight on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 16-0 is our final score. There was no scoring in our first 2 quarters of play. In fact, only one team got into the red zone, and that was the Aggies that made it into the Hi-Liners red zone at the 16, but then were stopped on downs, and that was the temper in the first half. However, in the third quarter, the Aggies did break through as they, with 4:54 remaining in the third quarter, got into the end zone. And it was a drive that was 8 plays, 66 yards. Took off a little over 4 minutes and 20 seconds off the clock. And a broken play. Cooper Kittleson scrambling to his left, and just before he got to the sidelines, let it fly up the sideline to Mason Kraft, who was wide open. And he turned and scampered into the end zone for the score. They converted on a pass play on the 2-point conversion, so 8-0 was the score for the Aggies. As you see the Ryan Family Dealerships replay of that first score. Into the fourth quarter we would go, and early on with 9:58 remaining in the ball game, the Aggies get the ball at the Valley City 42-yard line and march 9 plays into the end zone, capping the drive. It was a 6-yard scramble by Cooper Kittleson right up the middle. Gets into the end zone and again completes a pass play on the 2-point conversion to make it 16-0.
Can they get a first
down
just outside
wind up holding
or outside the goal
replay
line?
Of that scramble by Kittleson.
No need for that.
Aggie defense would hold from there out, and so a shutout win for Velva-D-A-G in this first game of the 25 season, 16-0.
Yeah, sometimes this is how week one has to go for teams. Even if you're the defending champs, even if you're the preseason favorite in the rankings, you just got to find a way to win somehow. The offense, was it at 110%? No. Was that kind of the way things might have gone tonight going into things? Yes. I think Velva is going to get better and better, as we saw tonight, throughout this season on the offense. They figure out their identity with so many new players playing such a big part. But the Aggies, you come away with a victory, you stay 1-0, and it's on the next week already for Velva.
Unofficial stats that I have for the ball game: a total of 251 yards of offense for the Aggies, just 59 total net yards of offense for the Hi-Liners. Break down that between your rushing and passing yards, and it was 45 carries of the ball for 163 yards and a rushing touchdown for Velva-D-A-G. 8 of 18 passing the ball for 88 yards and a score for the Aggies for their total of 251. Meanwhile, for Valley City, 20 carries of the ball for a net gain of just 10 yards against this Aggie defense. And it was 5 of 16 where the Hi-Liners passing the ball for a total of 49 yards on the ball game. So their total of 59 yards on the night of offense. Again, to the Aggies, 251 yards. Our Sport Clips MVP of the game, no surprise, Cooper Kittleson, the quarterback for Velva-D-A-G Garrison, who joins us here in the booth. And congratulations, first of all, on the win. So you have been, there we go, now we can hear you. So you've been sitting behind Ben Shep all these years. He graduates. You finally get your chance, and boy, you made the most of it tonight.
It's awesome. I love going out there and playing with my guys. It's at the end of the night, seeing us 16-0, that's all we could ask for. We knew it was going to be a dogfight coming into it, so just going out there and playing all 4 quarters like it was our last it was awesome. It was great to see the people come out too.
It appeared that some of the biggest plays you had tonight were actually broken plays where you had to scramble and make a play, including that touchdown to Mason Kraft. Tell me a little bit about that play and how you found him on that first touchdown in the third quarter.
Oh, we've always had a connection. Like always through practice, it's always been like that. So I saw defensive line broke through, and I was like, I got to get out of here. And I heard some people yelling Mason's name, and I look up, and he was wide open. So it was just like practice.
I have you unofficially carrying the ball 21 times on the night. Was that by design or not so much?
Well, I think we knew we were going to be a little more read option tonight, but it was just sometimes the broken plays turn into big ones. So I guess 21 times is kind of a lot, though.
You made it work. That's for sure. You did a great job with that tonight. So Valley City, a big, big line that your guys had to go. Talk about that front line for you guys on the offensive line and just holding up against the big defensive line of the Hi-Liners tonight.
Well, we knew coming into this week that we were going to have a test up front. It was our main focus, and our offensive line, they pushed through every practice, and it worked out perfectly tonight. And even defense they were getting through is great offense and defense. Those offensive linemen, they're special.
Yeah. So do you take a little bit of a sigh of relief after a game and a shutout win like this to start the season? It's kind of like, okay, we've settled in, we've started, now we're really underway.
Yeah, there's to get that first win on your belt's big time.
Yeah.
But we're not going to take any opponent lightly from here, so it's go time. Tonight, put up some film, and we'll be watching, and we'll be ready for Harvey next week.
All right, well, congratulations on the win, and Cooper Kittleson, our Sport Clip MVP of the game. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Remember, Sport Clips is available anytime you need your haircut. They give the MVP experience. Nothing comes close to making you feel like an MVP like Sport Clips. You can check in online with a hairstylist today at sportclips.com. Our MVP of the game. Looking at some of the individual statistics here tonight, I mentioned Cooper Kittleson with 21 carries of the ball. I had him for a total of 67 yards and a 6-yard touchdown in there. Logan Vincent, he carried the ball 14 times for 68 yards. And Brody Seiler had 10 carries for 28 yards. Kittleson on the night passing the ball 8 of 18, 88 yards, and that 29-yard scoring to Mason Kraft. Kraft winds up with 3 catches, including that touchdown catch for a total of 51 yards. Reese Steffen had 3 catches for 28. Logan Vincent with a 5-yard catch. Brody Seiler caught a 4-yard pass, and Slade Nordstrom with a 3-yard catch. The Aggies penalized 4 times for 25 yards. Meanwhile, for Valley City on the night, leading rusher for them is Corbin Powell with a total of 12 carries and a net gain of 17 yards. Quarterback Jackson Thornton carries the ball 8 times for a net loss of 7 yards. And again, the 5 complete passes by Thornton, 4 of those go to Powell for 48 yards, and Leighton Hendrickson had a catch for 1 yard. Meanwhile, penalties, 5 of those on the Hi-Liners for a total of 40 yards on the night. Some of your individual statistics here in this one with the Aggies victorious. All right, we need to do our move of the game. which is brought to you by Magic City Home Leisure. A big thank you goes out to them for their sponsorship. And whenever you need hot tubs, spas, any of that good stuff, stop into our friends at Magic City Home Leisure. They will be sure to take care of you. Owen Patterson, what do you think our move of the game for tonight?
In this game against Velva heading throughout the year.
So the Aggies start the season with a win. For us on the schedule, of course, tomorrow, the jamboree of 9-man games that'll be taking place on PSP Network. That is at the Starion Complex in Mandan. First game kicking off at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. 9:30 is pregame of a whole day, over 12 hours of 9-man football to start off the season, coming your way tomorrow here on PSP Network. So
pretty much anywhere you live in southern North Dakota, your county is represented in this thing. I mean,
true.
Hettinger County, Adams County, Sioux County, you name it, Kidder County, everywhere. You got a team to cheer for tomorrow.
That is pretty much the case there. So hope you'll join us on PSP Network for that. Appreciate that. And next week I will be headed out to Des Lacs, I believe, in week 2. And DLB plays host to the Rugby Panthers next Friday night. So just getting started. Glad to have you along, and I hope you'll stick with us all throughout the season. Make sure you like us, Facebook, YouTube, all of those, and join us again tomorrow as we have more football coming your way. Again, we wrap up our Planning Team Financial Advisors, Shots Crossroads post-game show. Stop in there. They're your headquarters for all kinds of great food. ShotsCrossroads.com. You can order online as well. And 16-0 our score on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Aggies with the win. Have a great evening and a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in here to PSP Network.
Nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit off. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's a spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.